All right, my wife and I just had a new baby, and that means we had to find a good, secure baby monitor. It's one of those things that pretty much every parent has to at least think through to some degree now. So I'm gonna kind of walk you through that. If you have no interest in baby monitors whatsoever, that's okay. This actually has a lot of applications for just any Internet of Things device. So listen in for just a few minutes. I'm gonna kind of explain to you a little bit about how to get a secure baby monitor when there's so many different things to look at on the market. First of all, there's two main kinds. Okay, there's ones that connect to the internet, and then there's ones that don't connect to the internet. Okay, so this is kind of the two big camps of baby monitors. So first, wireless. These are the ones that are internet free. So they don't have all the bells and whistles and features that some of the other ones do because they're limited by their physical range. This isn't the kind of monitor that you can take with you, out on a date way far away from the house, and you can actually just, log into an app or whatever and check on your child. You can't do that with one of these wireless models. But the upside is they cannot be hacked over the internet because they're literally not on the internet. The only way for someone to be able to hack one of these they'd have to be physically close to the monitor, and they'd have to be like an expert in radio frequency hijacking. So really, really good from a security standpoint. And just like a little side note here, there's actually two different kinds of wireless baby monitors. One is analog, and these are just for the older ones. They're cheaper, but they usually can be prone to interference from something like a microwave. And then there's digital wireless, not to be confused with Wi-Fi, just digital wireless. These are the better option. If you're buying a new one today, most of the ones you'd be looking at this category are called digital wireless. The next big category is the Wi-Fi, so internet enabled baby monitors. And these are great from a feature standpoint, right? There's tons of bells and whistles. You can, check up on your child from wherever you are. There's probably an app that connects to it, and you could even tie it in to your other smart home devices to do some kind of cool, neat things that are part of that smart home ecosystem. But the downside to these is that they can be found and attacked by hackers and malware. You might be thinking, is anyone really gonna try to hack into my baby monitor? I mean, it sounds kind of far-fetched. I mean, does it really matter? Absolutely, it does matter. And this is why it requires very, very little tech knowledge to do this, minimal, to be able to connect to these, to find the signal, to view the signal, and even in some cases to control the camera. And there have been tons of stories that are pretty frightening of hackers screaming at children through monitors that have microphones, taking photos of kids and then using them to blackmail parents, scoping out a house to then rob it later, or maybe worst case scenario, actually adding the video feed to cameras into essentially like an index of camera feeds online that anybody can find and look at. Any smart device, you gotta think about it like this, in the world of IoT, Internet of Things, any smart device is essentially a computer. It's a computer that just does some task. And if that's the case, that means that these can be used as a gateway into the rest of your network. So yes, your internet connected baby monitor can be used as a backdoor into your network from a hacker. So I think that's pretty important. I think you have to take it seriously. So where did I end up landing with this? I went with the digital wireless model because I don't really need to have all those bells and whistles, and it's the best security option for me. So I went with this guy right here. This is VTech, pretty good reputation company, even though these cameras look kind of like aliens. It's 2-camera system, good stuff. Haven't had any trouble with it so far. That's where I came down. If you are looking for a baby monitor and you think, well, I really do need those features, I really do need a Wi-Fi baby monitor, here's some things you need to check before you get that particular model, okay? 1, cheap usually means not great security. It probably means that manufacturer did not prioritize security, so I would not go with the cheapest option there. If they don't mention security on the box, it probably means they didn't build it in as a feature. So don't just go with the cheapest model out there. 2, make sure it offers some kind of encryption, and that is listed as part of the features for the camera. You need to have some basic encryption for your video or audio signal. 3, make sure it's updatable. Make sure that if there's a flaw that's found by that manufacturer in the software, that they can actually issue a patch and that you can update. And it's a good idea to just check and make sure whenever you get a new product to just make sure it's updated as you're setting it up. And then finally, make sure when you do set it up that you set a strong password. No defaults. Don't go with the admin kind of thing. This is one of the ways that you will just lay yourself wide open to getting hacked. So if you follow that advice, you should be able to have a much more secure Wi-Fi baby monitor. Or you can go the route I went and get a digital wireless. So anyway, baby monitor security, who knew?